Hello everyone, I'm your host Solar Bear, aka David, and today I'm going to show you around the Numenera game system for the Foundry virtual tabletop. I am the main developer, and since, well, there's been quite a bit of development in the previous weeks, there's quite a bit of features inside which you probably want to be aware of before you start working on the system. I am not going to show you the basic features of Foundry itself. It's been done in other videos by people way more knowledgeable than I am. Still, once you get to the main menu here, by going to the main systems, you should be able to install, scrolling down, Numenera version 0.9.1. So just click install. It should take about a second. It's a tiny little system. And once you're done, just create a world, which we'll aptly called demo, and select Numenera as the game system. And just create the world and launch it. There we go. And log in as game master. So up to now, nothing special. I'm just going to create an additional user for later. Oh, so mysterious. So, of course, if you're familiar with the Cyphers system, you know that PCs and NPCs are definitely not built in the same way. So accordingly, you have PCs and NPCs as actors. So I'm going to create my test PC, create, and here we go. So this is the main sheet where you have the typical, my name is a something something ooh something. So my is a cool dude who drives a Chevy truck. Okay, and obviously you can set your pools as you wish, of course. I'm gonna trust that you're familiar with the system. There we go. You can set your tier and the available effort. You can select your damage track here, obviously. Currently, anytime you roll a d20, it should show what your it should provide the appropriate penalty if there's one. Advancement, you can track your XP here, or even track your advances for that the current tier. Afterwards, this is the main area where all of your stuff resides. You have the skills, abilities, various Numenera items available, random equipment, as well as a bio if you want to write one. So let's just create a skill. We can create skills either by clicking the plus button here. So you have a new skill. Of course, one of the most popular ones must be perception, which is going to be an intellect task. So let's say, oh no, I'm trained in perception. I'm just that good. Once you're trained, you have a die roll button just here. So if you go to the chat message, oh, you see. So you see, I've rolled a d20 plus 3 because I'm trained. So my success level is 4. If you click, you can expand it and see what your actual die roll was. You will get a special message if you get a 1 for a GM intrusion, or a 19 or 20 for minor and major effects accordingly. I'm just going to try and get, oh, see, I got a minor effect. Yay. Whee, you got a major effect. Congratulations. Afterwards, you can also create abilities. So let's say I'm actually I'm not really a dude, I'm a nano. And you might have seen the message I closed. telling me that the game system created a skill with the same name as the ability. So let's say I'm a nano, and I got the onslaught ability. Related skill information has been updated. So the game created an onslaught skill. So let's say, I don't remember the exact amount, but let's just say that it was 3 intellect points with a short range. Again, related skill information updated. So these skills are linked together. So you can consider onslaught as a skill, which you can use untrained or trained or specialized, and you can roll your onslaught from this place or that one, and you can even enter a short description. Hey, isn't that nice? So again, you can create abilities just as skills straight from the character sheet. As for the Numenera, right now there's this section which is empty. That's kind of sad, but we'll come back to it. And as for weapons, armor, and other items, it's pretty much the same thing as skills right now. So I can create, using the plus button, a new weapon. So let's just say I'm a classic kind of guy. So I'm gonna use a short sword, you know, which I guess would be a light bladed weapon. So 2 damage and immediate range. Eases attacks since it's a light weapon. And as for armor, again, you can create just like one, like right here. So let's say I have some leather armor, the value of 1, which is light. Effort cost would be, I guess, 1. And you have a field for shins. I have 15, and you can add some random equipment here, like a glow globes. Just 1, kind of. And you can even type your bio. Just click the pencil button here. This is the story of my life. The end. Kind of boring, but don't forget to press save changes. This is the way the editor works. How cool is that? Now, as you might have noticed, I've created every skill, ability, and piece of equipment I've used. What if I want to reuse them? Or what if I want Numenera items? Now, you're going to have to go to the items directory and create an item. Every single possible thing you can add on your character sheet is an item. An ability is an item. A piece of armor is one. A cipher, an oddity. You choose. So this way you can create abilities on the fly, or create a directory of abilities which you can share with your the other players. So let's say I created an onslaught, a real one, onslaught ability. So I have, this is a sheet for the ability. So this ability is not an enabler, it's an action which costs 3 intellect. You can optionally add categories. So this is onslaught is a type nano. This is just for your and it's a tier 1 ability for nanos with a short range, and it's kaboom. That's enough for, and you just close the sheet and you've created an onslaught ability. You can even change the acid. That sounds cool. Oh, so that's my onslaught. So I'm going to remove the one I created. You can remove pretty much anything from your sheet by clicking the trash can icon. Do you really want to delete? Of course. And the skill that was related also exists. So I'm just gonna destroy it. And right now what I can do is take an ability, drag it onto the sheet, and presto, it just appears with all the information pre-filled. And again, since this was an ability, This skill has been created too. That's pretty cool. Again, you can do the same thing with, oh yeah, I should add a skill name, of course. Let's say I need another common one would be speed defense, I guess. And it's been created. What stat is it linked with? Well, speed, of course. To defend with speed. I really didn't deserve it. And I can just add it here. Bingo. Actually, no, I'm trying. I'm kind of a big deal, you know. So we can create items for weapons too. Let's see. Yeah, I really should learn to name stuff. Let's say mace. So no, that's not a mace. There's there a mace? No, there's not. Hammer? No. Oh well. Too bad. It's a weapon. So it's no, this kind of time it's a medium one. Bashing damage is fine. And I don't know what the price is. And again, same thing. I could just open my PC sheet, drag it here. No, you don't even need to be in the same tab. And it just appears here. Oh, another thing that's interesting is that you can always reorder your objects when there are more than one, wherever you are. What's more interesting right now is the various Numenera items. Let's say I want to create a Cypher. A detonation is a common one. I'll just use the... So it's the Cypher and artifact levels can be constant. So I could say, well, that detonation is level 4. But you can also input a formula. As long as it's a valid formula in the sense of Foundry, it should work. So it's, let's say it's a pill, and it goes. Boom! That's what it does. And what happens is pretty sweet, because once I drag it to a character sheet, there it is, a detonation. It's level 3. So as you can see, the level was randomly determined. So that die was. So if I was to drag another, I could get. Yeah, that one was a level 4. And as you can see, they are not identified by default. So here, if I go to as a regular player. Select character. Oh, I should first give permission to. Okay, everyone is an owner. And yeah, my PC. So now, as a player, I have these unidentified ciphers. I don't know their level. I know their pills, and I don't know their effect. And oh, I am over my cipher limit, which I didn't adjust. Okay, now it's fine. And as soon as the game master or someone with the rights, as soon as the game master says, okay, this is identified, well, look at that. Now my player knows it's a detonation, a level 3 one, who's a pill. And well, you might have figured that out by yourself, but you can do the exact same thing with artifacts. I don't remember an artifact name. Awesome artifact. That sounds, well, awesome. So the awesome artifact could be an 1d8 level. Form a triangle. Quite sure what it would do. As you can see, our artifacts can have a depletion die and threshold. So it does awesome stuff, of course. So if I were to drag it to the sheet, oops, there it is. So it's a level 8, pretty powerful. And you have the depletion die right here with roll. Let's just identify it. And my player goes, okay, I've used it. What should I do? Oh, okay. Let's say I'm going to roll for depletion. So as you can see, depletion dice have been added. Oh, I got a 1. And my depletion die was a 1. My artifact is gone. Just gonna delete it. Goodbye. And yes, that's pretty much it for the abilities. Now, what's great, other great features that that are available is that you can select a PC and use a GM intrusion. What does that do? Well, first of all, you have a message saying the GM offers an intrusion to my PC. So what happens is that the other player, the player of my PC, gets a window saying GM intrusion, and well, I think you understand the rules. So if you accept, well, obviously there's going to be, whether you accept or refuse, there's going to be a message in the chat saying that whether the player accepted or refused, and if they accept, you get an extra XP, and of course, if you refuse, you get you lose 1, of course. And so that's pretty sweet. And there is another feature that's pretty interesting. Let's say, okay, I've lost some points because combat, because troubleshooting. So I want to use recoveries. There's this particular recovery button, and if I click it, oh, a recovery dialog. So I can choose how many recoveries I want to use, whether it's 1, 2, 4, 3, or even 1. So let's say I'm using 2, and so I'm rolling 2d6 plus 1. So 2 dice for 2 recoveries, and 2 times 2 for the tier. I just roll for that. And I rolled 11. That's pretty sweet. So here you see the amount of points I have remaining, so I can just increase them. I'm gonna put 3 in might, 4 in speed, and the 3 more in intellect. And once you're satisfied with that, well, okay, let's just click accept, and your totals have been improved accordingly. What's important to notice is that once you've used those recoveries, they cannot be reused, obviously, and you need to click the, let's say you've had a good night's sleep, and your benevolent game master tells you that, okay, it's fine, you can just reset your recoveries. You really want to reset? Yeah, and we're done. Awesome. So, my PC has reset the daily recoveries. Isn't that great? Now, just a word or two about the about scenes and tokens and such. First of all, I'm gonna create a scene. Okay, that's great. Now I'm going to create a token for my PC, which I'm going to link with the actor data. It's a friendly token, and always display the bars. Oh, isn't that nice? Foundry normally only supports two health bars, but because of my awesome contributor Bartlander, we now have 3. So obviously the red one, they're in the order. So the red one is your might pool, the green one is your speed pool, and the light blue one is your intellect pool. So this goes for PCs, and PCs only have a single bar since they only get health, right? And the other thing that's interesting to notice, one thing I didn't show, I'm going to create an NPC, like a bad monster, who's a level 5, which is pretty high, but why not? 2 armor, 4 damage. What's their attack? They have an attack claw. The rest is optional, so... Oh, it does have short movement, though. Poor thing. So I'm gonna add it to the scene. Normally you would set a cute little weapon. So let's create an encounter, and I'm going to add them to the encounter. The thing that's really nice to see is that, first of all, NPCs have their level, their difficulty shown in between parentheses, like just like in the books. So it makes for easy reference. And once you decide to roll their initiative, well, they don't, because as you might know, NPCs in Numenera have static initiative. So when you roll their initiative, it's actually constant. As for PCs, one thing that's not obvious, and well, it's actually pretty well hidden, is that if you have an initiative skill, let's say it's based on speed, it's actually trained. If you have an initiative skill, it's going to get used. So, oh, that's not working. Okay. So here we are. This is, I think that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. And if you find any bugs, well, you're dreaming, obviously. No, I'm kidding. Make sure to report them. You can join me easily either through GitHub by creating an issue, or if you're more familiar with Discord, you can just join the Foundry Discord and look for Solar Bear. I don't bite unless you ask politely. And yeah, I'm open to any bug or feature request. So thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy the system and you have lots of fun, and yeah, goodbye.